Pretty amazing. Anyway, good
So I
morning,
don't have to
everybody.
go outside and water the plants. That's what it's for.
Yeah, so you don't have to go outside and water.
Make
Yeah.
sure Mother Nature takes care of it all for me.
And when it doesn't rain, you don't have to mow the lawn. Anyway, good
So I
morning,
don't have to
everybody.
go outside
Good
and water
morning.
the plants. That's what it's for.
Yeah, so you don't have to go outside and water. Let me. All right. So good morning, everybody. Um, uh, anyway, gosh, so good to see you all here. Iris, would you like to pray us in, my dear?
Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, all. And I'm going to pray us in. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you,
Amen.
Iris.
Amen.
I love that little prayer. It's like you just here I drop everything. I'm just going to drop everything now and just be here to be truly helpful. And all the thoughts I had about what to say or do are gone. Just truly helpful. Dove, yeah.
I wanted to mention I was on an FIP webinar, and that that paragraph is the most searched paragraph on Web Edition. More people go there than any other place.
That is amazing. That is really amazing. Uh, I think, well, it's the teacher's prayer, the healer's prayer, and it contains everything. So beautiful. Cindy, good morning.
Good morning. I woke up to disturbed sound of silence. I was like, wait a minute. Uh anyway, thank you for did you do all that music, Lynn?
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really great. That was a good choice of music. That was a good thing to wake up to.
A couple of them were ones that you suggested to me,
Yeah,
so
I saw that. Made me feel special. And I'm sorry. I
you
always
are
have to throw.
special.
I know, but well, we're not really, are we? Not
No,
supposed
we'll
to be. I
continue.
know. So that's why I said it. I know, smart ass. And in the prayer, if I remember, it says, "I'm here only, only to be truly helpful," and that really, that means like nothing else. I'm not. It's not an added on to my own curriculum or whatever. It's just there's it takes away your choice. Anyway, I wanted to point that out. I Yeah, that's all.
That's beautiful. That I had never thought of it that way, but you're right. And it sounds like it takes away your choice. Actually, it frees you from having to
Well, yeah,
choose. I
yeah.
mean,
There you
that's,
go.
you're free now that you can just accept and you don't have to go into decision making.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. I love
He
that.
has a. I like his little italic mantras or whatever they would be that he puts throughout the course. Like the one I really like is I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. I learned that one way early in the course. I remember memorizing it. And what I think was stuck out was um, if if um, if I forgive this, all consequences will be removed or something. Is that in the same little prayer or
It is in
whatever?
the very same one, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and because I was always doing such bad things back then, in my mind, I
Yeah.
just went, wow, really? I can just forgive this? And, anyway, yeah, I really like that one. That one always freed me up because we can choose again.
Yeah.
So,
So
anyway,
beautiful. Yeah, and not it doesn't free me up. It's all consequences, past and future. There are no
yeah, that's right.
consequences
Yeah.
left at all. All the things that I think happened in the past because of my wrong decision, when I recognize that I can change my mind, all the consequences of it are unraveled.
And I don't think it means like, if I, went, stole a loaf of bread or whatever, and got caught, that I wouldn't have to pay society's price. But what it means was, in my mind, I am free from the consequences that I would, have to overgo, right?
Right,
More,
because
it
you
would,
were never guilty. And it actually does, I mean, literally takes away layers of the illusion. It literally eliminates. That's what Jesus says when he talks about that we are um, time is collapsing. It
oh,
collapses, it takes away layers of the past and time
ah,
collapses. So it's like, you remove the soil underneath a building and the building collapses. That's what happens there. So yeah,
oh,
it's
okay, I
literal.
see.
It's not just figured, it's literally, it's gone. Once you forgive it, it's gone. Karen, please, I'd love to hear what you have to say, honey.
Oh my gosh, I love what both of you are sharing so much, and I agree 100%. And Cindy, that truly helpful prayer, I agree with you. And Lynn and I both go to that. That prayer is like my go-to, and I found out that it's Lynn's go-to too, because it's like what helps me is just to say, if I'm not at peace, I just say I must have decided wrongly.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
must have
yeah.
decided wrongly, and I can choose again in that moment. I can recognize it when I'm not at peace. But the other thing I wanted to share too about the truly helpful prayer, when he says that I am content to be
Yeah,
wherever
yeah.
he wishes, meaning in my mind, that means I can be at peace no matter where he wishes me to be. And I looked up the word content, and what it says is in a state of peaceful happiness. So,
Mm,
isn't that gorgeous? Like, so I can be in a
yeah.
state peaceful happiness no matter where he wants me to be. That's where I'm supposed to be, in peaceful happiness. So wow. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that says a lot, you know. That really does.
And
It makes me envision a little old Buddhist monk just sitting in the middle of turmoil and just being, happy still. Because they say one person on the boat, don't there's got to be at least one person on the boat that's being still while everybody else is rocking it and being crazy or something like that. Anyway.
And Dove, what do you want to say? Thank you, Cindy.
all it takes is acceptance. What can you
Yeah.
accept? Once you accept, you are content. Content, accept, same.
Yeah, thank you, Deb, because I was milling that through my mind last night about acceptance in some personal thing, and it dawned on me um, about just I guess it had to do with my daughter or something like that. But yeah, because she contacted me and hadn't for 3 years, so I was like, you know, going through all this um, uh, movements and reaching out or blah blah blah, and it dawned on me last night that was I was not, even though I was sending her all my love and forgiveness and everything, there's this part of me that there's still a hook in there, a little tiny hook, hoping that she would come and visit me. And so that wasn't really I was fooling myself. And when and I said, just accept that she reached out to you, and you don't have to, and that you got to share a little bit of love, but you don't take it beyond that, because for one thing, I've been down this road with her, and I was able to just, okay, I'm going to just accept that we had a little bit of time, to speak with each other, and I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. I'm not going to suffer for it anymore. I'm just going to accept this is where it's at. So yeah, it is acceptance. And then you just get immediately free. When you really, this is what I love about it. When you really, really feel it, when you really, accept the acceptance, it's just a lightness comes over you and you are free. Anyway.
Yeah, thank you for that, Cindy. Exactly, Dove. Cindy, Rafi, please go ahead.
Yes, there's something I do every night before I go to bed, including check in on Dove's book, haha, The Open Mind, Loving Yourself. I ask myself, when I have that book, I hold it to my chest and I say, okay, what am I? Never answer the question. The next question is, what do I really, 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 really want? I really, really want to remember what I am, the truth of my infinite self. And the third question is, how best can I serve? And that's the one, Dove. And when I ask how best can I serve, I realize that just being present, I am automatically serving. Um, and either it's active or passive. Whether
Yeah.
it's standing in line at the checkout counter, checkout in the store, or post office, or just a smile and that a warmth that exudes just being present. The other thing is, frequently people call me when they're in a state of distress, or they're having some travails and they want my help. I don't have to think about what I'm going to say to them to help them. If I'm just present, infinite spirit communicates through me, and what I say is what they need to hear, and it's not planned. So we're constantly serving. I'm here to be truly helpful. Um, if we're just present, there's no way we can't be truly helpful. If we try to think of ways to do stuff, then you're thinking, and thinking is stinking. Then you're screwed. But if you just stay present, it works perfectly.
Beautiful.
Somebody said to,
Go ahead, Cindy.
somebody said to me, uh, just service the love that's in front of you. And that always struck me like, okay, and whatever's in front of you, just be of service, the love. And I like the way he said the love, because it's all love, really. People, it doesn't appear to be all love because people aren't aware of it. Anyway,
I
service the
agree.
love.
Well, and know that it's there. And no matter what the mind and ego might tell you about the world and people and what's going on, the truth. The
Yeah.
truth is that we're all love. So you're right, Cindy, the love that's in front of you is right here, right now, always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for that. Beautiful, 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 guys. Michaela, please go ahead.
Oh, I love that prayer, and I love that you open it up with that prayer. And I use that all the time because it's kind of like what Rafi said, you just kind of, it comes through you. You don't know, I don't know what is best, but that prayer helps me to become humble, humility, and that I'm here only to be truly helpful, and I'm inviting the Holy Spirit, or Jesus
All
to
right,
take my
Luba.
hand.
Yeah, it is David Fishman. Happy that.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, go ahead. All right. Oh, I love it. I love this
Oh,
family.
I'll just when I thought I might have cancer, which I don't, I got the blood results back. And
Yay.
but when I was in my turmoil, I put on the frequency, the love frequency 528, and I put it on while I was sleeping, and I'm telling you guys, I woke up and I had a whole different attitude. My body didn't hurt, and I'm thinking there really is something to the that vibration. I mean, I experienced it, so I just wanted to. I was pretty impressed with it, so I just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah, all those frequency meditations that now are they're all over YouTube.
Yeah.
They really are very helpful. I know I've done that too, and I need to get some new. My husband got me these like they're not AirPods, but they're something similar. But
Uh-huh.
they're they're not comfortable in my ears, so I need to get something else
You,
to be able to
I
listen to.
put on the ones that go on the outside.
That's what I
I
think
can't
about that.
I can't put things in my ears. Anyway,
You shouldn't put your mom
I
never told me
oh,
not
I
to put
know.
beans in my ear.
Don't
All
put
right, you
anything in
guys.
your ear. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right, let's go look at our reading. And we're in really an amazing section here. Iris, can you tell us for sure where we're at?
Hi, Lynn. Yeah, we are at chapter 2, Function of the Miracle Worker. So chapter 2, section 5, paragraph 2.
Paragraph 2. Okay.
Yeah, magic is the
Okay.
mindless.
Very good. Who would like to read this paragraph?
I'll take it.
All right. Thank you, Rafi.
Magic is the mindless or the miscreative use of mind. Physical medication are forms of spells, but if you are afraid to use the mind to heal, you should not attempt to do so. The very fact that you're afraid makes your mind vulnerable to miscreation. You are therefore likely to misunderstand any healing that might occur. And because egocentricity and fear usually occur together, you may be unable to accept the real source of the healing. Under these conditions, it is safer for you to rely temporarily on physical healing devices because you cannot misperceive them as your own creations. As long as your sense of vulnerability persists, you should not attempt to perform miracles.
Wow. What do you think about that?
Well, that gets me to that point where there is this, which is the mind or dream plane that you do in a practical, so to speak, manner. And then there is the spiritual, which is the real power. But I love it. What it says at the end, if you can't put it together, if you can't get it right, if you can't depend totally on the truth of your infinite self and use that healing force, go to a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. And so many Course in Miracles students and students of other teachings also think that, well, I can will myself to be well. I can expect the Holy Spirit to heal me. The body shouldn't be sick because God did not create the body, or God did not create sickness. And all of those things are actually true. But if we believe, and you can't lie to yourself about um what you really believe about healing. And I mean, it's evident in the body. It's evident in the way that you feel. It's evident in your symptoms. So if suddenly all those things were gone. And I've had that happen where suddenly a lot of stuff was gone. I went looking for it. I went looking for it, and I kept expecting it to come back and looking for more. Rafi, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, Lester Levinson used to say, look, if your body's not perfect and you want it to be perfect, make it perfect. It's a projection of your mind, okay? If your body is there as a signaling device, everything is a tool, everything is working for us. If there's something going wrong in your body, this means that you're holding on to something in your ego mind that needs to be corrected. And that's a great tool. And the other aspect of it is you're not your body. Leave it alone and let it do what it's going to do. Your job is to wake up. So there's two perfect ways to handle it, and both of them are incredibly effective because both of them come from the truth. That's all.
Thank you, Rafi. Yeah, yeah, and just letting it be and trusting that everything is just the way it's supposed to be. Nothing there's nothing here that's out of order. No matter what the mind tells us or the ego tells us. Karen, and let's see, Karen and then Devin and then Gloria. Go ahead, Karen.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Rafi. Yeah, I agree with what everyone shared. And it's interesting. He's saying that egocentricity and fear usually occur together. So you may be unable to accept the real source of healing. And under these conditions, it is safer for you to rely temporarily on physical healing devices. And he tells us that, which the chapter that we just read in the section of healing as a release from fear, that a compromise approach is good for an already fear weakened state, a fear weakened state. And I believe that everybody knows deep within what's best for them. And for me, I'm going into surgery, spine surgery on Wednesday, and I've been watching some helpful videos that are showing what people are going through the first week, what to do to prepare. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It's huge. And so I need to step back and let him lead the way in most cases because of myself. I'll be scared shitless and I'll probably cancel the surgery, but I know it's temporary. This is all temporary. And it's just like for me, I feel like it's like a vehicle. We take our car in, we get our windshield wipers changed when we need them so we can see clearly. We get our tires changed when they start to get bald. I mean, all these things are just natural things we do. So that's how I'm treating my body. It's just I'm listening to my inner guide and I'm listening to how I feel. And I don't want the fear. In a fear, when we're in fear, he's telling us here that that the last thing that we need is the whole aim of the miracle is to raise the level of communication, not to lower it by increasing fear. So as long as we keep our fear level down, whatever we need to do, we're in good shape. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you for that, Karen. And yeah, the fear is the killer. The fear is the thing that will cause, I mean, it'll do a lot of things to you. And so that's why you have to know that the source of fear is not real. And I love that you're watching videos. When I have gone in and had surgeries and had things done, I actually will watch videos of how they do it, watch them doing it and see and knowing, oh my gosh, that this is really something that is it's really cool, you know it's really cool. And I can, it really built my confidence a lot because I also knew what kind of questions to ask and what to expect. So beautiful. Thank you. And Karen, I am with you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And is it Wednesday you're going for the surgery? All right. We will be holding you for sure in the light there. Devin, please go ahead. And little Maya, hi baby.
Say hi.
Hi little angel.
She's like, where's this voice coming from? Yeah, so I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see this kind of unfolding as you learn about A Course in Miracles. You start to remember even Ken Wapnick's like big old thing, is that there's no difference between the inner and the outer, and that's really we keep thinking that, oh, I can overcome I can perform miracles, I can overcome my pain, I can overcome, my suffering. And this is pretty much saying, as far as what I got from it, is that there's no difference between using medication and not using medication. You think it's separate from you. You think you're isolated in this little body thing, and yet everything is what you are. And so even the thought of using medication in the process of it, like you give it the power, it's the same thing as not using medication. So as far as I see it, is like it's not up to Devin if it's going to work or not. It's not up to Devin at all. It's Devin's a figment of my imagination, and when I choose for it to happen, in either case, it's medication or surgery will do it, or it will happen miraculously. It really makes no difference between the two. They're the exact same thing. There's no difference between the inner and the outer. It's just an appearance, an image given to say something that we're doing in the medication or whatever it is. And it's not actually happening like that. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you, Devin. That's so beautiful. And oh my Lord, I just love hearing your kids and your happy family. I'm just overjoyed at that. What a lucky man you are.
Yeah, in this day and age.
All right. Glorian, please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for all the sharing. This is coming to me as magic. Identification with the body is the mindless or the miscreative use of mind. Miscreative, the ego. Physical medications are forms of spells, but if you are afraid to use the mind to heal, accept the atonement, you should not attempt to do so. The very fact that you are afraid makes your mind vulnerable to miscreation, which means it's associating with the ego or miscreation. And fear is the ego. You are therefore likely to misunderstand any healing that might occur because egocentricity and fear, which is the same thing, ego is fear, usually occur together simultaneously. You may be unable to accept the real source of healing, which is the Christ, which is the reality of who we are. Under these conditions, it is safer for you to rely temporarily on physical healing devices because you cannot misperceive them as your own creations. So ultimately, our own creations is like God, the extension of love, and that is healing. But if we are in the ego mind, we're in misperception, and we need to meet ourselves at the level with which we seemingly appear to be. As long as your sense of vulnerability persists, you should not attempt to perform miracles, meaning you should not use the truth to heal. Because the truth is only what heals. But if we're vulnerable, we've already identified with the ego. So at that level, we're gentle. We take the magic, which is identifying with the body. We use it to heal, and we focus on the true healing, which comes from the acceptance of the atonement and our at-one-ment with the Christ within. And performing the miracle just merely means using the truth to heal. So that means surrendering. If we're not able to surrender what we seemingly think we see, then it's perfectly fine to use the magic and work on that. It'll settle down any distress so that we can focus on what's the truth and what true healing is. Thanks.
Wow, yeah, thank you, Gloria. And yeah, it's like, you get into a state where you're focusing or thinking, wanting so much for this spiritual healing to happen. And so you're focusing on that. And you're forgetting that the source of all of it is really acceptance. We're so focused on trying to change our situation. And changing your situation is not a miracle. Changing your situation is not a miracle, but sometimes you have to change your situation in order to be able to relax enough to experience the miracle. Sometimes fear is just so strong that you can't get over that. And you all know what I'm talking about. I'm sure everyone here has experienced that. And that's the whole point of all of this is Jesus is really telling us here, it's okay.
Yeah.
I know that's what you're thinking. I know this is how you're feeling. It's okay. So yeah. Iris, please go ahead.
Thank you, Lynn. And like, I was just thinking, yeah, I mean, like, I had two thoughts. Like, yeah, definitely, like when we are in fear, or if there's like physical pain, I just really definitely agree with all this. Like, just do what is making us comfortable. Like, if I've got a terrible, terrible toothache, a really bad toothache, it's just best that I take some paracetamol and go to the dentist. It's like um uh just like that's the easiest way in the moment. And the other thing that I was thinking about is that like literally everything is quote magic, including what we think we are, including the human thoughts that we have about everything. And like there's that lesson that is my thoughts are images I have made. And like the biggest image as well is the thought that I am Iris. And this idea that Iris even understands anything. And like, and in this lesson, it says that it is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. They don't mean anything. There's no reality to them. And then it says you think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your seeing was made. Seeing, this is how my seeing was made. Quote, this is the function that you have given your body's eyes. It is not seeing, it is image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions. And I think it's this paragraph about like the magic is referring to everything, like our whole body, including like what we would look at as the world and our ideas and the situation that I'm in or I find myself in. And I noticed that this week, like when I'm getting very much engrossed in like problem solving at work, which is like a lot of problem solving. And then I'm realizing, like in one split second, like let me recognize my problems have already been solved. And God placed the answer with the solution in my mind, like always being aware of the problem rather than looking at the solution and being the solution. Like I am here only to be truly helpful. And like for one split second, like I just go like, I just thought, okay, what would it be like if there's no problem to solve? Like that line I remembered from those like awareness teachings. And it's like then like I saw a little bit that, you know, it's like the world of thought. All thought is illusion, not some thought, all thought. And that I exist before thought, beyond illusion entirely. And I forget. And then I get all like busy doing this, fixing this, like, you know, fixing this other thing, and like, and completely forgetting like that I am before thought and we are Christ. That is our identity, not Iris. And so, like, even if I go to the dentist or I take a Panadol or paracetamol or I take like whatever I want to take, it doesn't matter. Like, it's completely not relevant to like anything at all. And yeah, I had those thoughts all kind of jumbled up, and that's it. And then I'm going to hand back to Lynn.
Oh wow. You ticked off so many things in my mind there, Iris. And it's just so true that first off, that lessons 79 and 80, let me know, what the problem, that the problem has been solved, really says that what we're experiencing here right now, what seems to be this moment, really happened a long, long time ago, and it was resolved in the same instant that it occurred or seemed to have occurred. That's the whole atonement. So it's all over anyway. And so this decision that I have to make really isn't a decision at all. It was already made. And it's just, all I have to do really, once I figured that out, I realized that all I had to do was just sit here and just be in, I call it joyful expectation. Like, what's next? What's next? What is going to happen? And just being open to whatever it is with joy. And then, there's the problem has been solved. And all I have to do is watch how it worked. Instead of thinking I have to come up with the solution, I don't have to come up with anything. It's already there. So thank you. That was beautiful, Iris. Michaela, please go ahead.
Wow, I love what Iris said. I love what you said, Lynn, and I love what Gloria said. And I just want to say that I just notice myself as I work as a nurse, and my patients' pain, when they are in immense pain, their mind's not at peace. So in here, and in number 2, it says that, physical medications are forms of spells, but if you are afraid to use the mind to heal, you should not attempt to do so. And when I hand them their pain medicine, it the pain is a distraction to take you away from the peace from your mind. The body feels so real. So when I give them their pain medicine, it actually calms them down. And then they're more able to receive the compassion, the empathy that, of us healthcare workers, and they're more open to receive. And so, spells on that level can really help for a person to be able to receive the love, because it's only the love that's the healing part. And like every day I ask my son when he works on the ambulance, like, how's your day going? And this morning he told me, oh, we had a 84-year-old man that was having extreme anxiety. He lives alone, and we had to take him into the hospital to so that he could get help. And I just felt so empathetic and compassionate for that man, because I understand when you live alone and then the brain starts looping into fear, he's going to need some type of magic spell, and that's his classroom. And out of that, he'll feel the hopefully empathy and the compassion of the healthcare workers and the love, and that will help him to quiet his mind, his thoughts down, so that he can be open to receive that, and the healing is there in the mind. So that's all that I wanted to say. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you for that, Michaela. And yeah, what a beautiful gift to be a nurse, to be able uh, to really be helpful. And I know how frustrating it is when things make it so that it's hard to be helpful. I don't know if you work at a hospital, but my partner is a nurse at the hospital, and every morning when she comes home, she tells me, these things that happen, and it just is, you just, I'm just so glad that she's so even-tempered that she's able to see through and and really truly helpful. And that's every night when she's leaving for work, I say, save lots of lives. Because she does save people's lives. It's just an amazing and miraculous thing. So, anyway, thank you, Michaela. I appreciate that. Devin, please go ahead.
Of course, I just get off of here and give my daughter some cold medicine. So we're practicing what we preach around here. It's a beautiful thing because there's a few perspectives in which you can read A Course in Miracles, and a lot of people say it is for the ego and the intellect, which makes sense. But you're saying hi. Good job. This is like the first time she's trying to grab it.
Oh boy.
Hey, I'm talking right now. What are you doing? Stealing the show? Anyway, I love taking the perspective that, yes, this is talking to the ego, but it's talking to the Christ who is addicted and obsessed with the ego. And so I love, sorry, I forget names, who brought up the lesson about these thoughts or images I have made, because I was just going into that state where recognizing, you're the dreamer of this entire dream, the whole thing. And it's not talking about the thoughts, the ego. I'm addicted to an ego thinking it's talking about these thoughts in my head, but it's talking about the thoughts in Christ's head. And everyone I see, everyone I feel, all the sensations that I feel are images I have made. And then I'm looking out in the world and I can't see them as nothing because I see them as images, and it's a beautiful thing. And so yes, this is all the magic. So it doesn't matter what you're using or not using, or in to any extent. It doesn't matter if you're sick or not sick. It doesn't make you a more spiritual person because haven't been sick for 10 years or something. It has nothing. It's completely irrelevant, but it does allow you to have an option of being obsessed with, like, oh, and now I can doubt myself because, oh, look, I'm in pain, I'm sick, oh, I need surgery, oh, I need this, oh, I need that, oh, me, oh, give me, help me, please help me. And I forget that I'm obsessed with this perspective because I'm just coming from these eyes, and I look out and I see everybody else. They must be in their own little worlds, and I'm in, and we have this, we can't see it as nothing. We can't see the thoughts. And so all these spells, all this wonderful stuff, it's not about, like, I see Jesus not in the sense of, oh, I'm a separate person, I shall heal you, oh, in God's name, blah, blah, blah. No, it's, I'm the dreamer of the dream, you're all my thoughts, I will adjust and change the thoughts of Christ in which I am, and allow that transformation to occur in the images that I see you as. And so it's a whole different perspective. Like, everything is my mind as Christ. This is not Devin's. The course is just to distract Devin, and even like medications, and to recognize that, hey, Christ, wake up. Hello. You in there? Hello. All right. That's what I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Devin. Yeah, and literally it is all God. Literally, it is all God, no matter what you call it or how you think about it. It is all God. So thank you, Devin. And
In fact, if I might say a little bit, I have the undefinable and expansive is what I've defined my religion as. And in the statutes, I believe number 4 is image of God, what is commonly referred to as image of God. And it's mostly just talking about just that. The whole universe is just the image of God. So yes, we concur.
I see it. Thank you. Karen, please go ahead. You're
Yeah,
muted.
thank you so much, Devin. Thank you, everyone. I love what you keep sharing, then the message you keep giving that it doesn't matter. It's all magic here, and you brought up Ken Wapnick, and Ken used to say, breathing is magic. Are you going to stop breathing? So I mean, that is a really good point to remember. So we're not here to feel guilty about anything. And so I love what McKaylee shared too, because pain is a distraction. It is a huge distraction. And without my pain medicine, I would not be able to function. And that's the truth right now. And I also loved what Iris shared. My thoughts are images I have made. And what came to me when she shared that was in chapter 3, section 5, Beyond Perception. He says that the statement, God created man in his own image and likeness, needs reinterpretation. Image, quote unquote, can be understood as thoughts, quote unquote, thoughts, and likeness as of like quality. God did not create spirit in his own thoughts. I'm sorry, God did create spirit in his own thought and a quality like to his own. So it's this is what I love about the Course, how it reinterprets everything from the Bible. So we never have to feel guilty about anything, and it's always our thought. So that's the intention. What is my intention here? When I'm having loving thoughts, when I'm taking this pill, when I'm going into surgery, when I, see the doctor about anything, I'm loving myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm not feeling guilty. Oh, I'm sick. Oh my God, I got to get surgery. Oh my God, I am not this body, but I'm getting, no, it's not that, and that is such, we need to be reminded of that. I need to be reminded of that because I'm going into the surgery knowing it's going to help me. And it's here. That's what the magic is for. Will it help me waken? No, it's not going to help me waken up. My thoughts are images I have made. My thoughts, where are my thoughts? Which teacher am I listening to? That's the key to everything. So I just love what everyone's sharing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Karen. And I can hear it in you, that conviction. I know that you're sure now, where I know just a few months ago you were questioning, should I do it, should I not? And I think I'm just so grateful that you've been able to move forward to do this because yeah, I think the fact that you're in constant pain, uh I mean, you really have to have a lot of focus to stay grounded right now. But when you're not in constant pain, imagine the thing that's been holding you down is just going to be gone. You're just going to go bing. I can hardly wait. Okay. Cindy, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thank Kevin. That was really the way you explained Jesus realizing he's in a dream and then and that these are images. That was awesome. I never thought of it like that. I really thank you for that. So I just thank you. So this little that cancer scare I had for the last month or 3 weeks, I look back on it and I go, so what was the lesson here? And so I went from being really fearful and in a state of mind where like I couldn't even think, I believed it so wholeheartedly. And it I'm not going to go on, but really it brought me to a place of when I got a few weeks in, I just went, can because I didn't want anyway. Can I accept this? And that brought me to a whole nother, like I see myself like a spiral, kind of going up or down, and it just kind of brought me to a higher place of acceptance and willingness, and that was my lesson. I think it wasn't about the physical part of it at all. It was about examining my my trust, or where I was at in my relationship to myself, and my trust in God, which I'm experiencing God as God, but with amnesia. That's how I like to think of it. And so when I look at it like that, this whole circumstance brought me to just to another level of trust, another level of acceptance, but also another level of, not like putting a feather in my cap at all. Not, I don't mean that, but I just kind of went, "God, all right, Cindy, I just recognized that my my I don't even know how to say it, but I I opened up more to the truth, and I recognized it, and it gave me another foundation, another level to move on now, and just, I guess it's just growth. I don't know what it is. It's an expansion, but anyway, that's all. Thank you guys. Every time somebody says something, new thoughts come to my head, and I jump around. But thank you all very much. I never really gave it a lot of thought like I did now. Okay, thank you. I'll drop the
Thank
mic.
you, Cindy. It's interesting what you were saying, and I've actually seen this happen. Uh, that a person has gone and actually gotten a definite diagnosis of cancer. You have cancer. And then they went home and they went through this same process that you're just describing here of really looking and really coming to terms with their situation, and experiencing that holy instant connection, whatever it is. And then when they went back for to the doctor said, there's no trace of cancer, it's gone. You don't, they're looking, could the tests have been wrong? What happened here? But because the person went through that, they didn't have it. And so it very well could have been that, you actually did have cancer. But because you were able to go into that state of mind where you could really see and forgive it, it may have just disappeared. We'll never know. Rafi, please go ahead.
Well, first off, what everybody has shared today has been incredibly valuable. I mean, there isn't been one share that hasn't been right on the money. It's just marvelous. What I did was, for myself, boil it down to something much simpler for me to absorb and get into that state of acceptance, which, of course, is incredibly valuable. And that is that the divine presence that is the only real truth is in everything. So it is in every cell, every molecule, every atom, every subatomic particle, and it radiates through it all. So that means it has to be radiating through this picture of our body. And there's no place it is not. And if you let that, and if you stay in acceptance with that, there's no way that the body cannot heal whatever physical maladies that are attacking that were manifesting at any particular time. The If you just let that divine radiant presence that we really are take care of everything, and there's the trust, TRUST, there's the acceptance, there's that state of all-knowing peace that we are, that is beyond all understanding. That will take care of everything. And everything that everybody said today added up to all of that. I mean, like I said, okay, yeah, I'm going to go to the doctor and take care. That's fine. Is not the radiant presence also not in the doctor's office? Is it not in whatever pill you take? Is it not in whatever air you breathe? It's always and always there. The other thing I just wanted to say real quick about nurses, For me, in this societal dream, without nurses and without teachers, this whole society would fall apart. Okay, thank you very much for letting me share.
Thank you, Rafi. I agree completely. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, yeah, this has just been amazing. I can't believe our time is almost up, but that's all right. We can go a few minutes over. And then I think Devin is going to do a meditation for us if he can. I'm not sure how the kitty situation is over there, but anyway, yeah, Cindy, your hand is up. Is it
Yeah, I
so?
just want to quickly add to that. The truism that I held on to and used a lot was um, when listening to Brent Haskell, and he said that really they're just cells in your body that are asking for love, and that was like the tipping point for me. That's where I went, oh wow, I'm gonna love those little cells in me that are just needing love. And the other thing that I remember uh, um, uh, hearing was a bioscientist who said, "Look, they're just these microscopic little tiny cells that are out of whack, that are presenting a disease in you, and you are enormous compared to those. You have all the power over those little tiny cells that are virtually nothing." So those two things that I learned really, now that I think about it, were really the thoughts that I kept in my head that brought me to the acceptance of and trusting and going on. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, thank you for that, Cindy. And yeah, that's it. They're just little cells in your body that are living there. Dove, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention next Saturday, same time as we're on, although it starts at 12 really. Um, John Mundy's having his Easter program on Saturday. It'll be repeated again as a recording on Sunday. But you might want to know that Sebastian Blakely will be the guest speaker, and it's probably something really worth going. I'll have a very small 5-minute part, but uh, I'll try and send the program and the link to everyone on this call. Or I'll just give it to you, Lynn or Karen, and you can send it out.
That would be great. Yeah, because I for one would not mind uh, truncating this meeting and going to that. Just being here for half an hour and then going to that because I love Sebastian for one thing. I'm so grateful for him and his channeling, listening to Jesus, such a gift. Um, and who else had their hand up? Karen, did you have your hand up? Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh, McKaylee. Yay, I knew it. All right. McKaylee, please go ahead.
I did, yeah. Well, this whole what we're going over too, it goes in line with today's review lesson. And lesson 65 is my only function is the one God gave me. And from Ken's workbook, it's, our only function, he says, is to forgive. The only right-minded reason for being in the world. We are not here to save it, make a lot of money, raise a happy family, have a healthy body, or live to be 150 years. Remembering this will remove conflict because believing our function is external will inevitably, I'm sorry, believing our function is external will inevitably conflict with our internal function of realizing that nothing external is important. Only the change of thinking brought about by the change of teachers. So it goes in line with today's review lesson and on forgiveness, because that's where healing comes and love is. So thank you, and thank you everyone for sharing. It was beautiful. Everyone was just incredible today. Thank you.
Thank you, McKaylee. Thank you, everyone. So, Devin, are you going to be able to do a little meditation for us today? I know you got
Yes,
kidding.
yes, I should be able to.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to let me go. Wake up, Lenny. Go find our music.
And notice, everyone, that I'm getting a little bit longer every time, but we're just going by spirit, and nothing needs to be. In next week, we're going to have an hour and a half meditation. So no, I'm just kidding. But
no, next week we're going to go over to John Monday and hang out with John Monday and listen to Sebastian.
no, you have to choose. No, I'm just kidding.
It's already
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
All right, here I'm going to put on our music and turn it over to you, Devin.
Allow yourself to slow down, wind down, and just feel the music. Feel yourself. Feel the presence of whatever it is that you are. Letting your day wash away your week. Just falling off of your body. The sensations just washing away. Come to focus on that presence of what you are. If you see it as a body, if you see it as emotion, as soul, consciousness, a presence, recognize yourself wherever you are. Be aware of yourself. Keep coming back to focus on that presence, on that body sensation, on those thoughts, on the emotions. Whatever you have decided is yourself. If you're still trying to find who you are, recognize that all that you are looking at, all the sensations you are observing, all the images you see, all the sounds you hear, you are aware. You are aware. It's not the things you are defining yourself with, but the awareness you are watching with, you are looking with. Recognize this awareness. Recognize this presence, which has no thoughts. It has no emotions. It has no body.
It observes bodies, many bodies. It observes pain. It observes emotions, many emotions. It observes thoughts, many thoughts. It observes. It observes. In perfect acceptance, it allows the images to pass. In perfect acceptance, it allows the emotions to pass. In perfect acceptance, it allows the thoughts to pass. You are this presence. And whatever thoughts you say you are, whatever emotions you say you are, whatever images you have given yourself, your presence blesses all the world. We are blessed because you are here. You have given us life. You have given us meaning. You have given us purpose. And we give you permission to let us go. We have enjoyed our time with you. We have enjoyed our many dances, our many songs. If you want to be free, you can let us go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for being here. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For anybody else that doesn't want to be free, come back to your separate body with me. Feel yourself. Thank you. Thank you. You all transcended the world there just now, didn't you?
I was gone, gone, gone.
I hate to cut it so short.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So beautiful, Devin. We so appreciate you, and just grateful, grateful that you're here. So we have coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll be doing the children's edition, the Course in Miracles for Children. And so hopefully you'll hang out with us. Until then, I'm going to put on some music. Unless somebody wants to chat, if somebody wants to say something, you're all welcome to have a chat if you like. I'd love to hear what anybody else has to say. I do see that Dove has put in the chat about the this upcoming Saturday with John Mundy and Sebastian Blakesley is going to be there. And if you don't know who Sebastian is, he's the fellow who wrote he's written several things he channeled through Jesus, but The Age of the Heart is one that we're studying now, and he has I think 3 more things coming up. So it's all instructions for Jesus from Jesus about how to be right now. It's very, very clear instructions about how to be right now. And so it's great. And also, I just wanted to announce while we got y'all here, if any of you go to Maureen Muldoon's Speakeasy group, they on Sunday morning they have a kind of a church service. I always play it through here through Gather, but tomorrow morning she's going to have Keith Kavanaugh is going to be her minister, her speaker for the week. So if anybody is interested in that, I can I'll get the link for it for you too, and I'll send it out actually. I might as well. Iris, please go ahead, honey.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. And thank you, Devin, for that meditation. I loved it. I love just sometimes just sitting and relaxing. It's just great. And I wanted to just share something. I love meditation. It's my favorite. And I really love it. And and like there is a place in you where there is perfect peace. There is a place in you where the strength of God abides. Lesson 47, my favorite. And I know there's a lot of emphasis in many different teachings, of being still. And I don't think I quite understood what that meant. And what I discovered is that it's okay. Like I can meditate because I love to. Like I can sit still. I can be quiet. I can not look at thought. I don't need to look at thought. I can just be quiet and not look at any thoughts, or just forgive all thoughts. And it's very quiet in that place. But there's also the other meditation, like forever open-eyed meditation. And I discovered this because I was listening to this teaching from the Upanishads, and it said that something like peace in activity, where I can be doing lots of activities, like walking in a supermarket. Like yesterday, I was in the supermarket, and I was walking around in the aisle where they do the cornflakes, and And like it just occurred to me, I'm the silence, and it's very silent. And but there's like lots of activity going on, but we can be the silence everywhere we go. It's always like the deep silence, and I'm aware of that silence too. I am beyond that silence, but I can be silent in the midst of activity. And for me, like that is really helpful. Uh, uh, it's very difficult. It's been very difficult to find that for all this time. Uh, like, but I think there's like a faint glimmer of light. And that silence is always there. Like Rafi was saying, like God is everywhere, in the pills, in the doctor, in the nurse, in the supermarket, in the cornflakes, uh, everywhere. God is everywhere because God is in my mind. And I had that like in my heart, and I shared it. And thank you. And I'll hand back to Lynn.
I love that. Yes, God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. And oh my gosh, how easy that makes things. We think, I grew up thinking God was so far away, that God was just somewhere up there, out there somewhere. And, just to know that God's right here, right now, right with us, in us, through us, as always. Karen, you know what? I didn't realize we're all still on YouTube, which is fine. Yeah, let's just stay on and we'll just switch it out when we come to the next thing. So Karen, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank Iris for that. And that's what the course is teaching us, is to have peace, teach peace, to learn it. And I love that lesson that you shared. I love that part of that lesson. And also in the first review in the workbook, he tells us to bring the quiet with you and to heal, all distress and turmoil. Bring the quiet with you. Bring the quiet with you wherever you go. And that is a practice, to know that what this course is teaching us in True Denial in chapter 2. He teaches us that we can be at peace regardless of what's going on around us. We can be, as Ken Wapnick would describe, we could be the eye in the storm, and the hurricane can be going on all around us, and we can be that eye of the storm, quiet, calm within, the safety, the quiet center. And that is our purpose here, And so I just love to be reminded of that, Iris, because that's what I've been practicing with everything that I'm going through physically. That's why I say that, it doesn't really matter what the physicality, what we're going through, never. It matters which teacher we're listening to, and that we can be at peace regardless of anything. And that is the truth. And when I can be at peace, it doesn't really matter. My mind is healed. It doesn't matter what's happening to my body. My mind is healed when I'm at peace. That is everything. So, and there's just one other thing I wanted to share. And as I heard one of Dove's friends say once, I think it was Robina, she said, "Don't throw food at me. Don't throw food at me when I say this." But I've been thinking about this. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. And Ken Wapnick shared something in about lesson 29 and lesson 30 that I can really relate to what the course is teaching us. And what the course is teaching us is that God is in my mind. God is in my mind, and it's not in, like he described it as saying that God is not in the nail that crucified Jesus. So that means God is not in objects because God doesn't know about this world. So for me, it's remembering that it's my perception, it's what I see, it's in my mind because there is no world. So that made clear sense to me. So, I mean, it's okay, whatever anyone believes. I'm not saying anything's wrong or right. I'm just saying for me, I really love that idea of remembering that if we say there is no world, then there is no world. It's my mind that is projecting everything. So what I'm seeing is it's the purpose of God. It's the Holy Spirit in my mind that is seeing only love and seeing. So it's just something that I just love to remember too. You know, if I really want to work the course, and I know it's very drastic and radical, but I just love that. And so it just reminds me to always bring the awareness back to my mind. And that's what I've been practicing lately. So that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. And it is, there is no difference between the inner and the outer. It's all one thing. And I have a friend who touched a doorknob, and God was in the doorknob. God was in everything. The moment that she touched it, she had a revelation of God right there. And would you say God was in the doorknob? Well, literally and technically, yes. But because God is in my mind, that the doorknob is in my mind, and so is the door, and so is the hand. Everything is, it's all a projection of my own thinking. And that's why it's so wonderful to become clear in my thinking, because then it shifts what I see. And I think about like great photographers like Ansel Adams or Robert Mapplethorpe, or guys who could look through a lens and see something in a scene that most of us would just not notice or brush off completely. And yet when seen through their lens, it becomes spectacular and beautiful, no matter even if it's a garbage heap. It becomes a beautiful thing. And that's, when I see that, I think about that is God is in my mind. I can see a beautiful work of art, rather than a disgusting, pile of garbage. But that it's because of what's in my mind. Anyway, thank you, Karen, for that. And McKaylee, please go ahead.
Oh, thank you for the sharing, Karen, and thank you, Lynn. That's really beautiful. I just wanted to say that besides next Saturday on John Monday, he is having tomorrow, he's going to be talking on Sunday with Monday Live, and it's from 12 Eastern to 1:30 Eastern, and it's on the power of decision according to the teachings of A Course in Miracles, and that every decision you make stems from what you think you are, and the power of decision is your last remaining freedom as a prisoner of this world, A Course in Miracles. So you just have to go on to his website, the One Mind Foundation. He's said it's just $1 donation, and if to have him live tomorrow. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, and that's yeah. I should do that too, because usually on Sundays I play First Awakening Together, their weekly gathering, which is at uh what time is it? It's at 10:15 Eastern. And then I play Maureen Muldoon's Speakeasy Spiritual Community, and that's at 11:30, I think. Yeah, because it comes right after Awakening Together. And so I know tomorrow they're probably going to have some sort of a tribute, at least a little bit, to Glenn Ganaway, who was a dear friend of ours who just passed away this last week. And he was active and the dearest man. Anyway, and then also Maureen is having Keith Kavanaugh, so definitely I'm conflicted now. I want to be in all of them. I want to be everywhere. So I guess we'll see what happens.